Good morning, and thank you, Sean, for the introduction. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and I'm going to take you through the app quite quickly. All right, so here we have the home screen. Okay, so once you've registered, this is the first thing that you're going to see once you've logged in. Right, so the AthStat, well, AthStat as a whole is comprised of these four components that we see on the screen. The first thing I'm going to mention is AthStat Analytics. And this section is more for professional teams that are already collecting large sums of data. We have the AthStat University as well, or AthStat U, and this allows players, coaches, it gives them access to thousands of data science and data analysis courses. We've also got the AthStat data sharing, which we'll touch on a little bit later during the webinar. And then when creating the AthStat application itself, we had community and amateur teams in mind. And this is a free feature, so that's pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and show you more about what the AthStat app is all about. So once you've registered, the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to create an organization by clicking on Create Organization. So you would fill in the details and then click on Submit. I've done so already, and I've created an organization called St. John's College. Right, so within the organization, you would then specify which sports are participated within that organization. So I've selected field hockey, rugby, and soccer for this, for St. John's College. For each sport, you can create a league by clicking on Create New League. I'm going to go ahead and select the St. John's Rugby League. Within the league, you can then create different teams by clicking on the Create New Team tab. I'm going to select this team, which I've already created. Okay, once you have got your team created, you can then invite users to the team, and there are different role levels. You can invite somebody as team admin to manage the team, an analyst, or players to the team as well. Once you've done this, you're going to go ahead and click on data entry, and you're going to create a season for that team by clicking on Create New Season. You fill in the details, start and end date of the season, and you click on Create. I've done so already, so I'm going to go over to my active seasons. You select the season that you've created previously. I'm going to select winter, and you will see a list of fixtures which you've created within that season. Once you get to this page, you can then fill out the roster for each game, or you can go straight to the game dashboard. But I'm not going to go into any detail over here, as my colleague Braden, he's going to touch on that a little bit later in the webinar.
This is exactly where Carmen left off for you, those of you who don't know. And so I'll just get started here. I chose NFL football. I'm a big NFL guy. You can see NFL behind me, college football. So I'll go to my roster tab first. Here's where you have the ability to enter all your players for that game. And the cool thing about this too is, say these fields are all blank, you can just pull from the previous game and it will automatically populate those fields. So if I go back to our data sharing, this is where you have the ability to enter your data points in your game. So we have 4 different tabs here: the offense, defense, special teams, penalties. And again, this is just for the NFL. So there's going to be different ones for the other sports as well, probably more tabs. And what's cool about this is if you say Justin Fields gets a touchdown, I can tag him from that game and it will automatically go to his player card in the data sharing tab. So if I hit submit, the score is going to automatically change. And say I mess up, I can just go to the subtract button and then it'll go away and the score will change as well. But I will go to the data sharing tab here. Again, we have team data sharing and player card. From the team data sharing tab, this is where you have the ability to add videos, AthStat data, documents, etc. And they'll come here. That's not just any link. It can be any link, not just YouTube. If I go back again to the player card, this is what it's going to look like exactly on the player's end. So Justin Fields again sees his touchdown pass there. With that said, we're very excited to see what you guys think in the upcoming weeks here. And I'm going to pass it back to Sean. Thanks, Sean.